Hello everybody guys, my name is Ivan, and today guys, we're going to be playing some more interrogation files, the Fort Landsend incident. So, we're going to be continuing on from where we left off from last video. So, I think guys, what I want to do is this video, I want to make this one a little bit longer than the other ones. Because I want to finish this game today. Don't know if I will, but I want to finish it today because it looks like it's a pretty big game. But I think we're almost finished with it because Steam, I guess, won't show you where you're at in the story, like 50%, 40%, 30% done with the game. It doesn't tell you. But I'm assuming I'm almost done with it. I mean, I don't think we really have that much more. I mean, we still have to do Natalie, right? And then there's one more after that, but I think we're about to get introduced to Natalie right now. And then that just leaves one more after that, then we're all done. Then you have to go to court, right? Then you have to go to court and decide if this guy's guilty or not guilty. And then whatever they decide, that's it. After that, that's the end of the game, I think. Yeah. That's it. So. Yeah. That's about it. You guys still haven't responded to the thing yet, but that's alright. I know it's probably a work day for you guys. Whenever you get the chance, Saturday, Sunday, whenever, try to see if you guys can respond. If you guys haven't seen this series that we're on right now on this, then you guys can watch it and then decide on the poll. But other than that, got nothing else to say. Let's just continue on with our session here. Okay. So where did we leave off here? No idea. Let's go to messages. Maybe we get another one then. Another video. I guess so. Alright. Nope. No, I don't. Okay. We're back here to Ruth. So wait, where did we leave off from the last one then? Didn't we finish? I don't know. Oh no, I think we finished with the I forgot where we finished off. Anyway, let's go ahead and go back to Ruth and see what she's gonna say now.
What? You don't know? I thought officers in your profession were meant to have their ear to the ground, be abreast of what is happening in their communities. Well, no surprise here. Natalie had a tryst with her neighbor, Craig. Apparently, Mrs. Morgan and her had been feuding for decades, ever since going to school together.
Whoa.
These sort of competitions between women can really get out of hand.
Whoa. Hold up.
Not much else to tell. It had been going on for years. It was quite obvious to most.
How so?
Well, I don't know. It was their looks. No, there was obviously something going on.
No other proof?
Well, no. Besides seeing her come and go to the house. But everyone knew. It's common knowledge. Just last week I saw her walking over carrying what looked like cookies.
Oh, no.
That's interesting. So, she just mentioned that Craig and Natalie had a little thing going on. And I didn't know that Natalie was involved with Craig. I never would have even thought of that. That's interesting. So, we're probably going to have some questions for Natalie. We are most likely going to have some questions for Natalie. So, see how that goes. Okay. Messages. Give me another. Alright. So back to these two. See what they got to say now about that. Or about what they were talking about before.
There's something like you that's about me. I think I remember now. It was with my niece when she died.
Oh.
We were talking in the sure I am. What? Yeah, when Jesse died, he was there. At the
Oh
house.
my
He was
god.
old. There were about 30 people in there. Everybody was on something. A weekend of long parties. Most of the survivors of the fire had the same story. Waking up and then burning things. Getting out as fast as they could. Out with the
What?
burns.
What?
Yeah, probably.
What? What? Whoa, 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 what? What? You're telling me that this guy's niece, Jessie, was somehow involved with the murders? Like, Jessie was the first one to be murdered. This guy thinks that Caleb killed her because he was there. At the same time, Jessie was there, like a coincidence almost. So Caleb must have burned her. Caleb must have been the one who burned her then. Our main guy, Caleb, must have killed her also. That's what this guy is saying. If that's true, this guy has to be convicted now, bro. Right now. He's gotten away with too much. He's got to go to jail. There's too much evidence pointing towards him. Like, he admit last video, if you guys haven't seen, don't watch this video because spoiler alerts. Okay? Last video, he admitted to seeing the victims. He admitted to seeing all of the college kids. He admitted to seeing them, right? And he admitted to them, you know, calling him names and everything. He basically revealed that he killed them. He's basically gonna reveal that he killed them, basically. Might be that's where we're going at here. But I don't know. Wait, hold up, wait. Does this mean that we're almost done with Caleb? Because look at these things on the side. What does this mean? Is it that we're not even done with Ruth yet? And we're almost done with Colton? And we're almost done with them? That's quite interesting. See, this one's almost done. Colton and Ruth. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to Caleb again, probably, right? Most likely. Yep, here you go. Okay. Now let's see what he's got to say about that.
Can you describe what that shaking was at all? It can't be the first time. What does it feel like?
When it happens, I feel like I'm dreaming. It's hard to explain. Right now, it's like the memories are there about what I saw. I just can't tap into them.
Any idea how long this has been happening? Days, weeks, months, years?
Honestly, today feels different. Before, in the woods, I just felt like I was dreaming, like a dream I couldn't wake up from. That's what it felt like walking in the woods. But now, today, as we're talking, I feel both clear and that same cloudiness at the same time. It's like I used to know things. I just can't recall them or something. But there are these new images and sounds now.
How about the twitching? A nervous tick?
I don't know what you mean. I hear things.
You see things? Voices in your head telling you to do things?
No, it's like watching a movie. No, 2 movies. But we're all in it.
We're in movies in your head?
Yeah, it's just like it is right now, but on fast forward, then back to normal, and then they happen.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Can you explain it a little bit more?
Yeah, please.
It's like us, but 2
Please.
versions of us on top of each other, or in different directions. 1 movie, 2 plots, 2 outcomes, and then it happens.
What happens?
The movies, they replay in real life. Well, actually, one of them does. it plays out in real life over again, but normal speed.
That sounds like you're almost saying that you can see the future or something.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's what it could be.
Wow. What's in store for my future? Will I become the mayor? No, better yet, rich and famous? Actually, what are the best lottery numbers to play today?
It's not like that. It's shit. Like what's going to happen in a minute or two.
So what's gonna happen?
I don't know. It's not happening right now. I can't just do it.
Right.
Okay. You guys think he's making that up or no? Because before, I think it was a couple videos ago, there was one clip that showed our guy Caleb, like, you know, shaking uncontrollably, like his eyes to the back of his head and everything, like he was having a seizure almost. This must be what he was talking about, right? So I don't think he's lying about this at all, guys. I don't think he's lying about that. This I don't think he's lying about. So it's quite interesting. All right. Messages. Okay. Here we go. It's back to Ruth.
I just meant people who aren't genuinely spiritual or confused. Shame when a monotheist chooses the wrong god.
Okay. What? Alright. Don't know what that was about, but okay. I mean, you know what? That actually kind of has symbolism or something? Some symbolism to it. Alright.
You got a tattoo. I never knew you had a tattoo.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
I've got an anchor tattoo from when I was in the Merchant Marines. It's a different time in my life. Been thinking about getting it removed, but I don't know. I guess it's not hurting anything. What's yours of?
I have a few reminders of my past, my values.
Can you show me it?
I don't really like to show them off.
Oh, come on. Show me the one on your arm, at least.
All right, sure, you can see it. It's a reminder of something special to me, my loss. My niece Jessie, I always called her my Raven because the day we saw one together at the park when she was younger, she thought they were so cool and wanted to be friends with it. It didn't even fly away, and it actually let her touch it. Now when I see one, they remind me of her. I don't know if it's like the reminders, but it does keep you vigilant. You know, youth. They don't know what life is really, well, where their fate's going to take them. They're easily led by different this and that, and whatever they see on TV or on their phones, false prophets, whatever.
Wow.
She was partial into this stuff, and that's all it took. And she died. I can only respond with doing my duty every day to help others not fall down the same path.
Wow. It's nice. And everybody thanks you for your service.
Wow. That was deep. Talking about honoring her, his niece by not letting anybody else go on the same path. Wow, that was a good talk right there. All right, now we're gonna go back to our suspect.
That line on the bumper sticker. I just recognized it. It's a saying, an old saying.
Care to elaborate? You can't remember your own friggin' name, but you can remember this.
Some things stick with you. I can't claim to know how memory works.
No, you can't.
Tell us more about this thing.
Yeah, dying, you know.
You know, I don't remember much apart from that. It's part of a poem or a sonnet or something.
What the frick is a sonnet?
Yeah, what is a sonnet? So you have to elaborate more on that. But it's time to go back to our witness. Time to go back to our witness.
Fort Gordon, such a big fort. One of the biggest of its kind. It was only built relatively recently. As well, at the turn. Apparently built to protect the coast. Not sure from whom, though, at that time. The British, Spanish, Chinamen, Russians, Canadians, not sure who they were so afraid of. Do you know?
I don't. Do you, Mike?
Now, the official line was that it was for coastal defense. I'm not so sure. We can be so afraid of our own shadows sometimes instead of embracing them. And then, what? It became a facility, a prison for children. Oh, excuse me, a rehabilitation center for troubled youth, 17 and under. And a few escaped, never to be heard from again. All the while, we now know the military never left, and that they kept the cistern underneath, dreamed. Who knows what they were doing down there?
Jesus, bro. Oh my goodness. Evidence and messages? Okay, what's evidence then? Oh, this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that. Oh, that is a beautiful shot. Hold up, I'm gonna F12 that. Yeah. That's quite beautiful. Jesus. And you know what? I'm gonna take a picture of the other ones too. Yeah, look at the landscape, dude. The land, the trees, and this thing in the middle. Yeah, that is beautiful. Let's take a picture of some of the other stuff. I'm not gonna take a picture of any of this stuff because that's just horrible. But this, I'm gonna take a picture of that. F12 that. F12 that. And this. 'Cause that's just beautiful. Yeah. Okay, now we got messages. Unknown. Whoa, unknown? What the? Give me a video, I guess? What is that, bro? Anyway, let's keep on going with this guy's story. I'm really intrigued in this guy's story right here.
Where was I? Well, since when did I become a suspect?
Well, I just think it's better to get this all down on paper while you're here. At this point, I feel like anybody could be a suspect. Might as well chase down all possible leads.
I suppose you're right. I'll remind you, however, that I said I never met these kids. I'm only here to give my deposition, and I'm not a suspect. But I'll entertain your question, since I'm under oath, and I honor my duties as a law enforcement professional. Last night I was at home, in bed after a long day.
Alone, right? You're not married, correct? Realized all this time we've been on the force together, I don't know much about your home life. You know, I've got 2 kids, and I'm married. You never wanted that? Settle down, I guess?
I was married once, briefly. But no, I suppose I never really found the right woman. I was too focused on my work.
Wow.
I was here
I mean, yeah.
don't allow for much of a social life. I like
Yeah, that's true.
There aren't many eligible women here I like in town anyway. And to
Yeah.
answer your question, of course, I was alone.
Wow, dude. Wow. That was kind of unsettling, honestly. Yeah, that was kind of unsettling. Okay. All right. Well, let's go on to our suspect now then.
So you see this saying, this thing on the bumper sticker of their car. Then what?
If they were really into it, and I think they were, because that line is too obscure for them to be fakers, then I feel like I should tell people to warn them. That thing is dangerous.
Warn them? Dangerous? What do you mean?
I found their car parked at their house after work.
You followed them?
They were easy to track down since the town's not too big. I mean, what they were getting mixed up in was above their heads. They looked like normal college kids, not even people into the occult or anything like that. Probably read some spell online and wanted to try it out, like a lot of people who come into this town. Only I knew from the saying that they had read the real stuff, and I was scared. For everyone.
What's scary about some kids making potions and playing witches?
It's real. 4 dead kids prove it.
So what were they doing?
Sounds like they were messing around with something that caught on fire and exploded.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay, now that's interesting. My theory could be coming to fruition. I think these kids got possessed or something. They were messing with something that they did not understand. It was way above them, and something happened to them. And maybe this guy was innocent, and he was found over there at the scene at the wrong time. Maybe he was over there at the wrong time. And just saw them laying dead there. Maybe he was trying to help. Because maybe some demons attacked him, right? Because they're messing with like all this satanic stuff and all that. And they accidentally might have summoned a demon or something that just killed them all like that. Because no human could do no human could do that, dude. It's literally impossible. So that's very interesting. So, let's keep on going. Go back to messages. Let's go here. Alright, back to our suspect. I mean, no, back to our witness, sorry.
Barbaric place. Better than the great public asylums we had to house the mentally troubled, but not by a long feather. And for children, too, essentially. I suppose some were in a rush to be adults. But there were always stories of young people arriving and never to be seen again.
That is weird.
Who knows? Likely shuffled out, aged out to prison, but some hopefully to better places. Likely many disappeared in the system. Doesn't take much, I suppose. We can be quite cruel as a society to those mentally unsound or different.
Alright, that was quite interesting. Okay, alright then. Let's go ahead and go back to messages. And now we're back to these two again.
We ran a lot of the blood we found at the house already. The blood matches the victim's type so far with no foreign blood identified. With Heather and the blood and the skin found underneath her nails, it's all coming back as AB negative.
AB negative.
AB negative. That's pretty rare around here, right?
Yeah, so I'm thinking with any suspects, we draw their blood, and if it comes back AB negative, we have a murder.
In theory, I guess. Can only do that if they're arrested. But it could be worth pursuing.
Alright, so let's see, because this is almost the end of this guy's thing, right? And it's almost the end of Caleb's too, which means if Caleb's tests come out as AB negative, he's gonna be going to prison for the rest of his life. So that's what these guys said. So now let's go ahead and go to our suspect, and this is probably gonna be the end for him. Let us see. Alright, he looks kind of scared there. Let's watch.
Look, I'm telling the truth.
You start out lying, saying you don't even remember your own name. Now she would just start believing you?
Things have been coming back to me since we've been talking. I swear. I got to the house that night, and I heard some weird noises. Like they were in my head, but outside too. I felt like I needed to go inside somehow, and I saw lights coming from inside. So I walked up to the porch, turned the door handle, and went inside. Inside the house, it was dark, but I saw these colors coming from the back room. I went down the hall and reached for the door, but I must have hit my head because the next thing I knew it was morning and I was back out on the porch. After a minute, I went inside into the living room and checked, but it was too late. Everyone was already dead, I swear.
Do you remember how you hit your head? At what point was that?
No, I don't remember.
You hit your head a lot, don't you?
No.
How about the location? What was the last thing you remember being in the living room that night?
I honestly can't remember. Stuff was weird at the time. The noises were both in my head and outside of it. What I was looking at was weird too. Things were kind of like a picture, like a painting, or like a stained glass window, and all distorted somehow.
Sounds odd.
Okay.
Do you remember if you saw anyone in there, in the house that night?
That's interesting.
No, I mean, maybe some of the shapes were people. They were like paper dolls or something, moving, just shapes of people and noises.
And nothing in the morning either?
It was too ugly. I looked away and left.
Okay. We're getting at something here. So, I am now starting again. I'm changing my mind once again. I think this guy is innocent. Yes, I know I said that before, but now I'm really starting to believe that. I think those kids just messed up from their own mistakes. This guy did not murder them, I don't think. Something's happening here, guys. And it ain't right. Back to our, Ruth.
My alibi? I'm not sure why you would need that. Actually, that's a bit rude. Where was I last night? I'll tell you. I was at home, sleeping, alone, with Ken at my feet, our usual time, 9 p.m.
And slept the whole night through.
Yep,
Never left or got up for any reason.
correct.
And you never heard anything. Like windows shattering down the street.
No. And then we woke at our usual time, 6 a.m., and had some tea, tended to the garden. You know, it's nice to see the neighborhood wake up. Then I had a little read, walked along with Ken and went to my store. I'm reading that 50 Shades book.
Okay, it wasn't really that important at all, but it is. So it doesn't really. When did she even see the boy then? As the witness, how did she know that something happened then? Because all she just told us right now that she Anyway, let's go ahead and go back to messages and go back to our two dudes. We're almost done with both of those guys. Alright, now back to these two. Let's do it. Let's see what they found out here.
What's my blood type? That's very thorough, you, Rick. They train you well.
Hey, I'm just doing my job.
Impressive. However, you'd already have it, though. It's in my health forms from donkeys ago when I was in training.
Donkeys ago?
It's an expression. It means a long time ago. You forget how old I am.
Ah, so you were born donkeys ago. Oh yeah. Should have that here too.
But to answer your question, I'm B positive.
That's pretty rare, isn't it?
It's a little rare, yeah, but most places stock it though.
Alright, so is this gonna show the tests then? Yes, it is. LT Jeffrey Colton's health form. PL. PLPD EV JT 103112, time 3 o'clock p.m. These are his results. Yep, B positive, flags NN, lab TA. Yep, we know that's a male, age 24. Wow. Fasting is N. Okay, patient ID 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay. Okay. That is the evidence that we have from that. But okay. All right. So now we are back to our suspects. So I think this is gonna be it for him. I think we're almost done with his side of the story here. Pretty much.
5 branches of a pentagram and 5 victims.
Oh.
Seems like
Okay.
the spell worked.
So you think it was suicide? Like a mass cult thing?
Let me just point one thing out to you, geniuses. That spell, that ritual, the burning shadows, you didn't have 5 victims, you had 4. It worked, but not like it was supposed to. 4 people died, so something changed. Otherwise, all 5 of them would still be alive.
Remind us what the burning shadow ritual is in your eyes.
I don't know. I've only ever heard of it from things not to try in that book.
Which book?
The game book.
So what changed?
I guess that's for you to find out.
Okay. That was quite interesting. Yeah, so I'm really starting to think now that the kids probably committed suicide, maybe. Maybe. But I'm starting to think that it probably looked like they did that. Because maybe once they did that, the ritual or something messed up and whatever was trapped inside of the book probably came out and killed them. But it didn't really work as intended because it only killed 4 of them. Well, no, 3 of them. And one of them 4 of them died, but 1 of them lived. Which means something probably went wrong with the ritual, probably, right? Something probably went wrong with that ritual, so. Anyway, back to our Ruth.
Tell us more about your dog.
Oh, Ken's lovely. A basset hound, like I told you. We've been together forever. He's getting on in years, still has that effervescent youth about him. I brought a photo if you'd like to see him.
Okay. So we have a picture of the dog. I want to see him. Let us see him. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay, so this is the dog. Quite cute, actually. Quite cute. I guess he's a pooch or something? Yeah, he's a little pooch. 11/1/12, 7:12 p.m. Ken. Collected by KT, PLPD. Alright. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's a cute dog. Definitely. Okay, back to messages. Now I should be back to the two guys again. Alright.
The guy seems a little wacko. What a waste of space. Imagine he did a bunch of inhalants or worse with a memory like that. If he's actually even telling the truth. Could still be completely bluffing, although he's about as dumb as a bag of rocks.
Well, his memory seems to be coming back to him. Slowly.
Something's coming back all right. And that thing on his back, all over.
The burns?
Burns. Or a disease.
I've seen you out there, working with other homeless. You never saw him before today either.
Look, I know a few of them. Helps me keep an eye on what's going on in town. Don't think I've seen this guy, though, before.
The witness remembers him pretty well.
Yeah, she identified him. It's a big help.
Yep. Alright, so we're starting to put things together here. So think we are making some progress here. Alright, now to our suspect. Again. Let's go. Now see what he's got to say.
Look, honestly, I haven't been honest with you this whole time. I do remember being here in town before 15 years ago.
Okay, elaborate.
The first festival of fire. It had a fun reputation back then.
So you had fun?
Good, clean fun?
Not exactly.
Party wasn't happening enough for you? Lit, as they say?
It wasn't that. It was my first festival of fire, so I needed to be inducted according to the people I was with. I think it was BS when I look back on it. I went to the festival, did some partying, and then went to an after party outside of town. Just went too far and didn't have a good night. That's all.
Can we get some more details?
Yeah, this definitely sounds like we'll need some more details.
Yep. Look at that, guys. We're almost done with him. Just got a little bit more with him. And also just a little bit more with him too. A bit over halfway of the story done with this guy. Then Caleb's basically almost about done. Then we're probably going to go on to another one. Right. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and go back to our witness.
How do you mean? Ken, not alive.
Oh
How
boy.
do you define life and death?
Oh boy.
You probably see them as finite points with a line in between. My dog, for example, Ken. Well, he's not living as you know it, but he's still with me. Always will be.
I guess spiritually, right? Yeah. Eternally yours. Okay. That was an achievement. Well, that revelation was a little different. I think I see life and death as finite points too. Weird. I know. I guess so. Maybe I do also. Okay. Give me another one. Alright, so now we're back to these two guys again. Alright. See what he's got to say now.
What do you think about the rumor that there are experiments going on at the fort?
We've always worked side by side with the military. Although we don't cross paths too often and they usually reach out to us first. I'm not really able to comment much on them. Experiments going on that have something to do with some sort of supernatural thing at the Rock? Come on. You've been seeing too many science fiction movies, Rick.
What about the websites that explain the history about it being a gateway to another world?
That site is the equivalent of a cheap highway attraction. You really think people are stepping through an invisible wall to another world up there? How many people go missing in town every year? Like, none.
We do have deaths.
People get killed in every city in the U.S. Fact of life.
It is possible that something's going on at that base. Kind of fun to think about it, though, isn't it?
No. But, okay, let's go with it for a second. The military is traveling to other planets and experimenting on aliens here in town. When was the last time you saw a flying saucer? You must have forgotten the last time there was a battle involving humans and little green men.
Well, what if it's something different?
Yeah. What if, Rick? What if indeed?
Okay. That was interesting. Very interesting. talking about the military doing experiments or something. Okay. Could see some resemblance a little bit with the story. All right. Give me another. Back to our suspect. This should be about it, almost.
You know a lot about mechanics, being able to fix cars and all. Know about any other mechanical stuff in other ways?
I can get by.
You can get by.
Yeah, I guess.
What sort of mechanics do you know? What sort of stuff can you fix?
Refrigerators, air conditioners, stuff around the house.
Interesting. Where'd you learn how to do all that?
Must have been when I was younger. I think my dad taught me, or someone in my family.
Oh yeah? Chemistry sets, model rockets. I loved Pinewood Derby as a scout. That was my main hobby.
Oh yeah, I think I remember having one of those.
You were in the Pinewood Derby?
Oh no, I meant the rocket.
Really?
Yeah.
So you know about rocket engines. You must know about explosives too.
Oh boy.
No, just model rockets.
I don't know exactly what to think of that, because if he knows how to do all that stuff, then you would think that he would know how to model explosives, right? That is a little sus, but I don't quite know. I don't see this guy's motives for killing at all, guys. I really don't, but by this point, I don't. So, anyway, yeah, look how much closer we are now to finishing this story. Yep, alright. Wow. Alright, give me another. Back to our witness.
So many deities we have on our little planet here. It can feel quite crowded and confusing. Which one is the real one? Huh? That question would be a death sentence in some parts of the world. Why is it a competition anyway? Especially when we all know who the real ones are. Anyway, Michael. At least that's the line that Horst draws.
Okay, that was a little bit weird. Didn't really understand anything going on there that's similar to this. But, okay. Back to our two guys. Okay.
Terry's deposition has been filed. If you'd like to look it over, you can. Pretty much is exactly what I've been saying.
Okay. Alright. Give me another video. Alright. This might be the last video, guys, honestly. This might be the last one. It just depends on how long it is. But this is probably going to be the last one. This is probably going to be it for Caleb. Yeah.
You ever been underneath the fort? Fort Cordon?
Underneath?
Yeah. The cistern.
Cistern?
It's a big open enclosed area, usually underground, where they held a lot of water. Back before they had plumbing systems, they could store water that way. At the fort, they made one to hold water in case of fires. I wonder how often it got used.
So you ever been there?
Kind of sounds familiar.
Go into a lot of underground storage tanks?
Okay. So I've been there. A bunch of guys I was with broke in one time. I didn't know they had broken in until after.
Nice.
Okay.
So how did that go?
Alright. We just checked it out. It was dark as hell, so we couldn't see much. The sound in there was weird. It was huge, and we got kind of lost from each other without any lights. I kind of just stumbled around for a while until I found my way out.
Anything else happen?
No. I mean, not really.
Not really.
No.
Come on, Caleb, you're being cryptic again. Your amnesia's returning.
No, it's hard to explain. When you're in a big empty space like that, that's pitch black, your mind starts playing tricks on you. You start hearing things, seeing things. Maybe it was just the people I was with.
What did you see?
Nothing. Just heard strange sounds. And maybe some lights. But it could have been the space. It's got a ton of echo, and maybe the light deflects weird somehow. Part of the fun of going in, I guess.
How long were you separated from the others?
I found the door again in like 30 minutes. Everyone was
Okay.
waiting for me.
You were stumbling around lost for 30 minutes down there?
Yeah. I guess it was longer than I thought.
What did they say when you got out?
They hardly noticed. Some people laughed, I think. Then we all left.
Alright. Yeah, look how much closer we are now. So I think the next video, if it's just as long as this one, then it's gonna be it. Next video is probably gonna be it. Yeah. Alright, back to our witness. Alright. So now let's see what's gonna happen.
The cistern underground seemed to be an obvious facade when it was built. I mean, come on. It was meant to be filled with water in the case of a fire at the fort, to then put out the fire. But it's far too large a space for that. There are tunnels people have found and gone down in all directions, which they claim don't exist. There's a lot of unexplored areas as well. They've carved up the entire point. And I doubt they've actually found anything. At least, the rock next door is still in place. Can't imagine what would happen if it fell over. They dug all those tunnels and built that strange bunker on top.
Okay.
Cut their nose off to spite their face. Always going against the grain.
Jesus.
The area is really a spiritual and positive place. And they've gone and done that. I don't understand it. I've been down there once. They opened it for a public tour a few years ago, which have, of course, stopped now. Musicians have also come to record there because of the acoustic properties. They seemed fascinated by how it sounds, the large space. I think it's all guys, though, to hide what they're really doing down there. Investigating the site, or who knows what sort of experimentations are going on down there into the area.
Can we talk for a minute, please?
Excuse us.
Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go.
Well, we've got some news.
I'm here. Wide awake. Tell me.
We got her. The survivor, she's pulled through. She's being brought down now.
Good.
Okay. We have our new person, and then Caleb just has a little bit left. Alrighty. And this is what she was talking about here. Look at that, bro. That is kind of weird, honestly. BDBKT, 11:30, 2012, 10:27 a.m. Stern. Alright. Yeah. That is weird, though, dude. That is weird. Okay. So now let's go ahead and unlock it. Unlock. Heather, here we go. So, this is the survivor, guys, right here. Should we end it here? should we finish in the next video? Because I think we're gonna finish this game in the next video. We might. I could make this one a really long video, but I don't. I want to stop here because we just unlocked this new character, and we still have her story to do. Caleb's almost done. These two are almost done with them. So who knows what's gonna happen now? But alright. So this is where I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna immediately start another video right after this because I am so intrigued in finishing Caleb's part of the story. Pretty intrigued, honestly. Yeah. So we're gonna start with Heather in the next video, guys. She looks really pretty. Wow. Dang. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. I'm gonna immediately start another video, and then I'm gonna upload both of them at the same time, so that way I have two videos I can upload. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure you guys all please hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so. Remember to answer that poll. Answer that poll whenever you guys can. Don't care if it's Thursday, don't care if it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Just do it whenever you can, okay? And hit the like button and the post notification bell so that way you guys get notified whenever I upload videos. And as always, guys, I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.